So picture this. You're scrolling through your phone late at night. You come across someone you know. They're confident, successful, always posting wins. The kind of person who seems ahead. And then you see it. A failure. Something didn't go their way. And before you can stop it, there's a feeling. Subtle, quiet, almost hidden. But it's there. A sense of satisfaction, relief, even enjoyment. Now here's the real question. What does that say about you? And more importantly, why does that feeling exist at all? And by the end of this episode, you're not just going to understand Schadenfreude, you're going to understand something much deeper. The invisible game of status, identity and comparison that runs beneath your thoughts. The term Schadenfreude comes from German. Schaden means harm and Freude means joy. Essentially, it's joy from someone else's harm. Now, let's be clear, this isn't about enjoying tragedy. It's not about watching someone else suffer deeply and celebrating it. It's more subtle than that. It lives in moments like when someone arrogant gets humbled, when a competitor slips, or when someone above you fails. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Almost everyone experiences this. Not because they're bad, but because they're human. So let me tell you a story. There are two people working in the same office. Let's call them James and Alex. James is consistent, hardworking, quiet, reliable. But Alex is different. Confident, charismatic, always speaking up, always visible. And over time, Alex gets promoted. Now James tells himself he's happy. He says the right things, fair play, well deserved. But internally, there's tension, a comparison, a quiet voice saying, why not me? Weeks go by and then one day, Alex makes a mistake. A big one. It's noticed, it's discussed, it affects the reputation. And in that moment, James feels something shift. Not outwardly, but internally. Relief, balance restored, even a hint of satisfaction. And that feeling, that's Schadenfreude. To understand this in more detail, you need to understand something fundamental. Humans are always subconsciously tracking status. Not in a dramatic way, but in a constant, quiet calculation. Who's ahead? Who's behind? And where do I stand? Imagine life as a ladder. You're standing on a rung. Above you are people doing quote-unquote better. Below you are people doing quote-unquote worse. And now imagine someone above you slips and falls down a rung. You didn't move, you didn't improve, but suddenly you're closer to them. You're closer to the top. And that feeling, that shift, that's the root of Schadenfreude. It's not about their pain, it's about your relative position improving. And here's where it gets deeper. There is the ego's quiet strategy. The mind has two ways to feel better. One is to grow yourself, and two is to reduce the gap between you and others. Growth takes effort, time, discipline, consistency. But the second option, instant. If someone ahead of you falls, the gap closes immediately. And the ego loves efficiency. It doesn't care how you feel better, only that you do. So when someone falls, your brain rewards you. This isn't just philosophical though, it's neurological. When people experience Schadenfreude, the brain's reward centers activate. The same ones involved in pleasure, dopamine and reinforcement. Your brain literally treats someone else's failure as a rewarding experience. And here's the key detail most people miss. The stronger the envy before, the stronger the satisfaction after. So if someone triggers insecurity in you, their failure becomes disproportionately satisfying. Now, take that mechanism and multiply it by modern life. Social media creates constant comparison, curated success, public failure. You see someone winning, you feel pressure. They appear ahead, you feel behind. Then they slip up and you feel relief. And your brain learns their failure is my emotional gain. And that's where it becomes dangerous, because now your emotional state depends on other people losing. And there is an invisible cost, because at first it feels harmless, even justified. But over time it reshapes your mindset. You become more focused on others than yourself, more reactive than proactive, more comparative than creative. And here's the deeper truth. Schadenfreude keeps you stuck. Because instead of asking, how do I rise? You unconsciously wait for, when will they fail? So how do we move beyond this? Well, step one is awareness. The moment you notice the feeling, separate from it. You stop then being controlled by it. And what about flipping the lens? Next time you feel it, ask, what insecurity did this just reveal? Because it's always revealing something. And then we rewire the reward. Train your mind to feel good when you improve, you grow, you progress, not when others fail. And here's the real test of mindset. Can you see someone win and feel inspired instead of threatened? Can you see someone ahead of you and think, that's proof it's possible, instead of, I hope they fail? That's power, because now your identity isn't built on comparison, it's built on growth. Schadenfreude is human. It's wired into you. It's part of your psychology. But it doesn't have to control you. Because at any moment, you can choose growth over comparison, creation over reaction, discipline over ego. The average person feels better when others fall. The elite mindset is built on becoming someone who doesn't need them to. And that should be you. If you like this episode, don't forget to follow, like, comment and subscribe. And just a quick shout out to our sponsors. Strong Coffee Company, protein-packed coffee for energy and clarity. Use code BANKROOKS1 for 20% off at strongcoffeecompany.com. And then there's More Labs, clinically proven hydration and recovery drinks. Use code BANKROOKS1 for 25% off at morelabs.com. And finally, Liquor Gummies, electrolytes and vitamins for hangover prevention. Use code BANKROOKS1 for 20% off at liquor.com. That's liquure.com.